What's up, Facebook? So I woke up this morning bitching to myself because I hadn't had some good puss in about 11 months. And no sooner did I sit down in my chair when I stepped on a goat head. I was like, well, ain't that just life in a nutshell? I pulled the goat head out of my foot and I laughed it off. And that made me think that, there are bigger issues. I mean, boo-hoo, stepping on a goat head sucks worse, you know? And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, if there is a God, then he invented mosquitoes and goat heads. He's just like, he or she or it is just like, hey, well, we need a creature that's going to annoy the fuck out of everybody. We'll call it a mosquito. Well, that's not enough. We need a plant that'll pop your tires, stick in your feet, stab you in the face, poke you in the skin. We'll call it a goat head because it'll be a stubborn pain in the ass to pull out, and it'll be sharp like a goat's horns. Yeah. Nah, man, fuck goat heads. You know what I'm saying? They suck. Well, Dana Smith, you'd never heard of a goat head? These are obnoxious little plants, let me tell you. They're like these they look like sticks, like chunks of stick, but they're basically like little thorns that grow on this plant. And goat heads fall off the plant and they blow, the wind carries them everywhere. You ever see these little balls with points on the end? Yeah. Seriously, goat heads suck. I hate that plant. I was prepared to get my amp fixed when I got my next batch of one money. But it seems as though the miracle of rock and roll has prevailed and somehow my amp is working again. It's weird because I had the amp turned on when I normally have it turned on to before the concert, and it would not play the distortion like I wanted it to. I'm like, what the hell? And then I get back from the concert, and it's like, whoa, dude, the amp works again. What magic is this? Yeah. Yeah. And then I remembered, fucking Family Guy. Oh my god, Animation Domination was a little edgy, dude. Like, the new episode of South Park was, I thought it was going to be called Clubhouse, but it ended up being called A Priest and His Boy, and oh man, I couldn't stop laughing through the whole episode. It was that funny. Bob's Burgers was a little bit sappy, but it was a Tina episode, and y'all know how boy crazy Tina is on Bob's Burgers, so, it was a funny episode, I guess, from the perspective of, well, if you're opposite sex crazy a little bit, then you can kind of relate, you know. But then Family Guy kicks in with the episode called Married to Cancer, and I'm like, oh God. That's just a horrible title for a cartoon. What's this going to be about? And man, that episode of Family Guy, like, holy shit. You're like, there's a couple moments where you're like, oh, that's awful. You're trying not to laugh at it, but it's a cartoon. You know, when people say offensive things, it's very easy to get offended by people. But when it's an animated show or a ventriloquist puppet, it's like, okay. When it's a ventriloquist puppet or an animated show doing disgusting jokes that are offensive, less people will get mad at it because they're like, it's a TV show, it's a puppet. Why are you getting mad at it? It's kind of that fourth dimension nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I would bring out Sean, but I really don't have a skit planned out. I mean, the jokes would, yeah. Now, sex is like steak. It's good when you can get it, right? Here's the thing of it. It's like smelling steak and then not being able to eat it. That metaphorically speaking, that's jacking off to porn, right? Like you haven't had pussy in a long time, so fuck it. Let's watch some girl play with hers. Oh yeah, she's kind of cute. Oh yeah. So you gotta tease yourself with the idea of getting it, right? Because that's exactly what smelling a steak and not eating it is like. You're hungry, you want steak, but you can't have it, so you smell a steak and you're just like, oh, it smells so good. Yeah. But there are bigger fucking problems in the world, and I try to remember that, but I also try to remember that every human complains about shit that's messed up in their life. It's called being a human. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? Like, that's the thing of it. Is yes, there are bigger fucking problems in the world, but at the same time, every human complains about their life at least once. Ah, well, I might be able to do something like that. Okay. Speaking of ventriloquist puppets, well, looky what we have here. What's up? Yeah. So, Sean, how you doing? Fuck you. I had a surprise for you, Sean. What's that? It's this thing. What the hell is that? What the hell is this? Yeah, what the hell is that? Well, my fans wanted me to tase you. What? My fans wanted me to tase you with my taser. Oh, come on. Don't be like that, dude. Come on. I know I'm an asshole. Come on, dude. Don't. Ow! Fuck. You asshole. Get that fucking thing away from me. Whoa, no, fuck it. No. Fuck. Fuck you, asshole. No, get that shit away from me. I guess you could say it's very shocking, your sense of humor. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. What? You have a shocking sense of humor. I was being funny. No, you're not. You're being an asshole. Oh, I'm being an asshole, but you're. Whoa, check that out. You got some comments on the chat. Yeah, it's on the chat. What's it say? What's it say? Did you meet any girls at the concert? Boy, I wish. Some girls my age, that would have been nice. But, yeah. I had my pheromone soap on. Say what? It's tactical soap. Tactical soap? Yeah, tactical soap. Tactical soap? Yeah, tactical soap. What the hell is that? It's pheromone soap. Pheromone soap? Yeah, pheromone soap. Makes you smell good for the ladies. Oh, get me some of that. Yeah, Sean. That's what I'm saying. It's Carla. Hey, Carla, how's it going? I heard you working on your song last night. Oh, my song? Yeah. Smoking Cannabis in the Clock Tower. Oh. Yeah, that is a new song on my album, Smoking Cannabis in the Clock Tower. It's got a nice ring to it. Was that a bell joke? Yes, that was a bell joke. You're such a ding-a-ling. Well, Sean, what'd you think of the song? I think it sounded like shit. Really? Yeah, dude, your music sucks. What's with the tie-dye shirt? You're a hippie? It's a tie-dye shirt. Now, this was a concert t-shirt. You went to a concert and you didn't take me? What the hell? I'm sorry, Sean. I didn't know you wanted to go to the Ozzy concert. Well, fucking A, Ozzy's the shit. Zach Wade on the guitar, getting it. I think we would have gotten in a little bit too much trouble at the concert, Sean. What do you mean? Knowing you would have been hitting on all the chicks. Well, you know it. So, Sean, if you were to pick up on a hot chick in Colorado, what would you say? Hey, baby, I got a blunt. You want to puff on it? Wink, wink. Oh. God damn it, Sean. That's horrible. Hey, baby, my blunt's legal all over the world. You want to puff on it? You're fucking nasty. I know. I know I am. Wow. Just wow. Like, hey, girl, you want to suck on my dick like an edible? Oh. Yeah. Wow, Sean. Just wow. God, my voice sounds like shit. It's not my fault. I have a cold. What do you want from me? I want you to shut the fuck up. Wow. Well, Sean, I can't shut the fuck up because then you'd shut the fuck up. How the hell does that work? They can see you pulling my string, dude. Who the hell's pulling your string, you fucking dummy? Ow! Do I have to fucking tase you again? Jeez. So what the hell inspired you to write that shitty song anyways? What inspired me to write that song? Well, it's something about going to a rock concert that just brings out the creativity, you know? I'm serious. I'm serious, Sean. What? I'm serious. Oh, whatever. No, I'm serious. You go to a rock concert, you know, my creative juices weren't feeling the best, and on top of that, my guitar wasn't working on the amp. And then out of fucking nowhere, it starts working again, and interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before the concert, I wasn't feeling very creative or musically inspired. And then after the concert, not only does my guitar work with the amp, but then, you know, I get inspired by watching my favorite artists play live. Well, what else? Well, seeing that huge clock tower right by the Pepsi Center over on Colfax, and thinking about building my dream house and smoking weed in my clock tower right by the Belfry when it's legal. Yeah, growing my own hybrid strain. Say, what? What you talking about, hybrid strain? Hybrid strain, crossbreeding strains of weed. I'm serious, dude. You take some black magic, some green crack, some rainbow kush, some fruity OG kush, some king bud, some Maui Wowie, some Durban poison, and some Gucci golden cobra. And you take all 8 of those strains and put it into one. What the hell would you call it? It's King Cobra's Chronic. Oh, damn! Now, the King Bud OG would make it, the buzz on it, massive. And the Rainbow Kush mixed with it would make it really colorful and hippie, psychedelic looking, like, whoa, man. And then all the other potent strains with it would make it super strong. It'd be more than likely to be a strong sativa with slight indica presence. 4 hits of that shit. 4 hits of that shit. You pull out a fucking nugget, and the stem on it's as thick as my wand. Just be like, that'd be some pretty ass weed. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying, Sean. Goddamn. I don't think it'd take too long to crossbreed 8 strains. You'd have to crossbreed all 8 of those into 4 separate strains, and then those 4 into 2 separate strains, and then those 2 into 1 strain. How the fuck do you know? Oh, I know, Sean, because I bought a book at Spencer's. What? Yeah, dude, there's a book on how to grow weed. It was for sale at Spencer's one time. I couldn't resist buying it. But that shit's illegal to grow in Wyoming. Yes, but I have that book for when it does become legal in Wyoming, so that way when I go to grow my own weed for the first time, I got me a little how-to book, and yeah. But where the hell would you grow it in your dream house? Well, if marijuana were legal and I had my dream house, I'd grow it in the basement of my dream house. And then I'd harvest it fresh off the plant. I wouldn't dilute it or anything. I'd just trim it up and go smoke it in the Belfry. Yeah, dude, be sitting behind all 40 of those. Like, damn, this is some good weed. What? That's laughable. You know what, Sean? Crazier things have happened. Oh, yeah, Trump's president. Oh, okay, Edgar Allan Political, calm the fuck down. Yeah, dude. Shit, I wish I had the money and the legal space to grow it right now. That'd be some pretty bud. No shit. 4 hits would get Willie Nelson stoned. One of those super hybrid strains that just knocks you on your ass, dude. You know what I'm saying? You'd feel the indica take in, and then it'd be a slight indica with a really strong sativa. And I'd want to grow it to be as potent as possible. Straight up. The final product, once I get the first plant made and it produces seeds, save those seeds and replant them, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Once I've got like a shit ton of seeds, I want to go down to Colorado with my seeds and give them to some dispensaries and be like, so I have created the most beautiful strain you have ever seen in your life. Not only is it super potent, super tasty, but it's the prettiest bud you ever did see. Some shit that'll knock you on your fucking ass. And if they didn't have Fruity OG Kush, Fruity Pebbles would work too. You want like some massive ass fucking bud, dude. This shit. Hopefully it gets legal here soon. Yeah, when pigs fly. Oh, you're referencing that Red Bull commercial? Yeah, that Red Bull commercial. Mommy, can I go to the gentleman's club? Sure, Bailey, when pigs fly or whatever. And then she pours Red Bull. Well, then not she, not the mom, but the kid freaking pours Red Bull into the pig's trough. And then he's just sitting there eating breakfast. And then the pigs fly by outside the window. And the mom's just like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then you see him at the gentleman's club watching some stripper on a pole. Red Bull gives you wings. That was actually my favorite Red Bull commercial because that shit's fucking great, dude. Nah, but they wanted me to fucking tease you. You guys are assholes. I'm out of here. Oh, come on, do you have a joke besides your act? No, come on, Sean, do you have a joke? What happened to the frog's car when it broke? What? God, you suck at ventriloquism. What happened to the frog's car when it broke? Oh, what happened to the frog's car when it broke? I don't know what happened to it. It got towed away. Oh my God. This guy is unbelievable. That was lame, Sean. Uh, what's a frog and a toad's favorite sport? I don't know. What is a frog and a toad's favorite sport? Croquet. Oh my God. Wow. Uh, so do crickets play cricket? Don't be like that. What? I'm just asking a question. Do crickets play cricket? We're talking about sports. I mean, shit. Wow. This guy. Are you gonna go back on the couch or what? Yeah. I put Sean on the futon so that way I don't get spray paint on him when I'm painting wands. Well, no shit. And I appreciate that. Well, I mean, I already kind of, yeah, your shoes. Yeah. I was going to say, you already got my shoes. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, your shoes look weird. You look weird. Oh my God, Sean. Okay, so I happen to have a wand on the glass clamp right now. Look at the paint job. That seems to have dried quite nicely. You can see some white and some glow-in-the-dark spray paint. And you can see some grain on the natural wood. This is cool looking. I still hope it glows in the dark. It should. Of course, when you're tying a handle to your wand, you're going to need a couple things. Now, this is real leather that I purchased from Walmart. This leather string is made in India where they respect cobras. So I'm like, this faker cobra is like cheap leather, blah, 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 blah. Shit. So I'm gonna take that. There we we go. It's good to keep the paper clip on your workbench, so that way when your glue clogs up, you can unclog it. And this is the first wand I'm making in the batch because one of my customers had her wand lost in the mail, and because of how complicated the shipping addresses are where she lives, that's totally understandable. I have enough sticks to complete the batch plus this one, so there we go. So now I'm going to wrap the handle in some leather, and then I'm going to, after I finish wrapping it in leather, make sure it's nice and tight. I mean, you can do all kinds of cool patterns with the leather if you know what you're doing. Something like that. There we go. Ooh, that looks good. That looks way good. I like that. I usually try to do about 4 fingers of length when I tear it off, just like that. And I want to use my 4 fingers to tear it off. The leather string is so thin that you don't need scissors to cut it. You just, you know. Of course, with it being Halloween season, I think Halloween and Christmas are going to be my best seasons. Because people are going to be wanting to get their hands on one of these. Oh, there we go. Nice and tight. That looks good. Next time I get some wand leather, I'll show you what it looks like before I unwrap it, because it's covered in plastic when you first get it, and there's a label on the circle and it says leather string made in India, and I'm like, cool. When I read that, I'm like, right the fuck on. So some of the products I use to make my wands are not going to be made in America, but for the most part, the wands themselves are made here in America that I make, so yeah. So instead of sticking this to the vice clamp, which will squeeze the leather down and make it like a little flat surface, it doesn't look as good. So what I'm going to do is, once the glue is on there just like that, and you put it on the knot where you tied the string, let it sit, let it dry. Yeah. And you can see some of the grain with the wood, and then some of it's white, some of it's glow in the dark, some of it's natural grain, and then some of it's got gold and silver on it. So I ran out of white spray paint. So I'm like, well then, I guess she's getting a custom wand. I'm gonna try to carve Carla on the side, like right there, with the wood engraver. But I'll do that after the handle's done drying, and then I trim the excess. And then after I carve her name into the side of it. Well, actually, I might actually end up podging the handle before I carve her name and podge the second half of it. You know, I would charge a lot more for a personal engraved wand. Like if you wanted a wand with your name carved on it, I would charge like, that's time consuming, let me tell you. You gotta wait for the wood engraver to heat up, and then you gotta sit there and very delicately. So Carla, I do apologize about, because it's not my fault that, you know, circumstances are what they are. And she actually got a hold of me on Facebook, and we talked for a bit, and she explained, due to where she lives, there's like multiple people with the same address. But because it's a townhouse that pretty much shares the same mailbox, it's confusing. You know, I'm like, well, that's totally understandable, actually. So Carla, here's your replacement wand. Doesn't look like the one you bought, but it'll have your name engraved on it, so I guess it'll make up for it, hopefully. But look at that. Now the leather is wrapped nice and tight around the handle. They got the glue drying. Or if I could just take it and very lightly pinch it in the vice clamp. Just like that. I don't have to death grip it in the vice clamp, but just enough so that it squeezes it just very, very slightly and holds it in place. Yeah. That's actually a smarter idea. That way you're pushing that section, you're pushing that leather knot into place, you know, and by the time you podge the entire wand, you know. Now, granted, I don't have to use clear drying Gorilla Glue on my handheld wands. I could just save it for my scepters, but this is just to ensure that they don't come off. And you always want to glue it on your finishing knot, not on the first knot. Because you'll tie like when you tie the string in a knot the first time, wrap it around, wrap it back up. 4-finger length. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I don't give refunds is because, well, if you don't want a wand, then don't buy one. You know, I need that money. This is my living, you know. If I was a bigger business, then I could issue it, but right now I can't. However, I do promise that, you know, if your wand gets lost in the mail, you know, I got 2 tubes right here that didn't get shipped out, so unfortunately, I'll have to mail them off to my next batch. Adam Shivers, your yellow wand returned, and Brian Allen, your parlor wand was also returned. And so I will mail these two off with my next batch when I can. I'm glad you like it, Carla. To answer your question, no, I didn't have to take the bus. My dad's friend's mom was a huge Ozzy fan. She wanted to go, and so she provided the ride to the concert, and I was much obliged. You know what I'm saying? And I had a fun time at the concert, so yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, when I went to Colorado, I purchased 2 grams, one pre-rolled and one unrolled, so I could stick some in my tobacco pipe and just to say, yeah, I did, you know. And I smoked half of the first gram in my pipe, got a nice little buzz going. And then literally the second half, I saved for after the concert. I get out of the concert with a freaking second half of that weed gram and a pre-rolled joint. And I pull out a pre-rolled joint outside the concert in Denver, raised it to the air, and I said, "This one's for Ozzy," and I fucking sparked it. I'm like, I'm looking around like, okay, there's no schools, no dispensaries. All right, I'm golden. Fucking walking down the street, blazing the joint. It was awesome, dude. Like, I could get over my thing with too many people real quickly. But at the same time, dude, Colorado's nuts, dude. Like, I've been there a couple times, and the traffic is just, dude, you don't even know. If you haven't been there, you don't even know. Traffic down there is insane. What strains did I get? Oh, fuck. Well, Kosher Kush. That's one of the strains I tried. You know, so that's the cool thing about going to Colorado every now and then is you're not always guaranteed to have the same strain twice, you know, unless you like the strain and, you know, yeah, dude. But I bought a little bit of sativa and a little bit of indica, and yeah. I don't remember what the sativa was, though. I'm trying to think. Shit, I forget. But yeah, dude, Colorado's pretty expensive. Otherwise, I'd live down there, to be honest. It's just for the legal weed, and that's the only fucking reason. I'd be like, yo, make me a bud tender, shit. One. I'll make you something to eat, Facebook. Hold on a second. see. Making peanut butter and bananas in the burger patty. That sounds good. Get some of that Jif creamy peanut butter. You know, the crust kind of came off on the top here, but that's all right. It's going to be our top bun. There we go. Now we are talking. Some peanut butter on that top bun. Now this is all I'm putting on my top bun. 8 slices of banana and some peanut butter. Real simple, not overdone. Yo. suppose I could toast it real quick. Just ever so slightly. Okay, that's toast. Short, sweet, simple, and to the point, ladies and gentlemen. There's no bacon, there's no cheese, but that's all right. Because if you please, we got peanut butter, banana, and burger patty right in there. Perfectly toasted on some Texas toast. Oh, damn. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yo. Here's that cross section. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's not bad. Mm. There you go. Get something in my stomach right quick. Nice little potassium and protein kick right here. Yeah. That's good stuff right there. So like if you didn't want to make it like too terribly messy. Yeah. One more bite for the hell of it. Yeah. Sometimes being single is a blessing in disguise, Facebook. Trust and believe. Yeah. Life has a funny way of communicating. Yeah. I start complaining about my 11-month dry spell, and then I step on a goat head. That's life saying, quit your bitching. Fucking truth, dude. Yeah. Now, instead of complaining about it, I want to laugh at it hysterically. I know a lot of chicks that would get with a celebrity in a heartbeat, somebody that's instantly recognized. So, or at least depending on where you're at, you know. Yeah. Oof. Big old juicy fart right after I eat that too. God damn, excuse me. Anybody else eat burgers for breakfast? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, actually, it'd be brunch because it's like 12 or 11. Yeah. Fancy word, brunch. No, I could live off of burgers and meats and, you know, yeah, the carnivore diet, basically. Well, I'm basically a carnivore, you know what I'm saying? I don't, yeah. Well, yeah, I got a little hungry, yes. I wouldn't say I had the munchies, but, you know, I find if I can get at least one thing in my stomach, then I'm good for the rest of the day if I have to, you know, if I can't, you know. Oh, but yo, that burger was delicious. Thomas, You got any resin left in your tobacco pipe from Colorado? No, because I scraped it clean before leaving. I scraped it and smoked it before I left Colorado. You know what I'm saying? I don't travel across the border with shit. That's just not smart. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart about that. The fact that I didn't miss Ozzy, and the fact not only did I not miss Ozzy's half of the concert, but I also got to smoke a little bit of herbage before and after the show. So for me, that was a know, awesome experience. Yeah. I swear to God, though, that fucking GPS, man. That GPS had to have been stoned or drunk, one of the two. God damn. Because we were almost to the concert, and then lo and behold, their GPS shuts off. The map's unresponsive, no signal. And yeah. Okay, that was kind of funny, Thomas. If Ozzy was Mexican, instead of Crazy Train, he would sing Locomotive. Oh, that's clever. If Ozzy was Mexican, instead of singing Crazy Train, he would sing Locomotive. uh, I wish I could join you for a sesh, Carla. That's pretty sweet. Carla says, Josh, on October 15th, Canadians can buy marijuana online. You should join me for a sesh. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, if you go to Colorado, do not smoke outside the dispensary. That's a no-no. Just something you should know. Yeah. Because even though you walk into the dispensary and the smell of marijuana is just leaking out the door into the parking lot, because that's how strong the grow room smell is. And even though they don't put signs up that say do not smoke outside the dispensary, they kind of expect you to already know that. But seriously, you walk up to a dispensary, you see all the signs, you see Vivid Life or blah, 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 You see a smiley face, you see a little green medical cross. You see neon sign that says open, and then you see a sign that says under surveillance. And that's it. You don't really see anything on the signs that says do not smoke outside the dispensary. And it's like, okay. But just so you know, yeah, don't do that. You don't want that dispensary to lose their license, and pretty sure you don't want a $10,000 fine and a 5-year jail sentence. Yeah. Just a heads up, people, if you ever go to a recreational state, which, even though it's legal, they can still pop you for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the headache of it. But yeah, if you're from Wyoming and you've never been to a dispensary and you're old enough to purchase recreational and you want to smoke in Colorado, I would highly recommend it. See what I did there? Highly recommend. smoking weed in Colorado. I made a weed pun. Oh. You know, Carla, I don't understand either why it's bad to do. I honestly, I don't know. It's just a rule they have. You know, the cool with letting you go in there, take a number, buying it, all that shit. They just don't want you smoking it near the dispensary, which, eh, as far as I'm concerned, I really don't care because that's like the only exception to the it being legal, you know, which I can respect that, you know. But I just thought I'd tell y'all, give y'all a heads up in case you go down to Denver and decide you want to smoke some legal weed. You gotta, at least when you get down to the dispensary and buy it, at least walk 4 to 8 blocks away from the dispensary. If you're walking downtown smoking a blunt or a pre-rolled joint, no one's gonna say shit. And we're like, hey man, you smoking right on, you know. Yeah. You see, Carla gets it. Carla says, dispensaries sell weed. Why can't you smoke near it? LOL. That's a weird rule. Did I get in trouble for smoking outside a dispensary? No, I did not. No, that was just something, you know, something that you know, some dispensaries are cool about it, and then they'll let you know ahead of time, like, hey, you know, if you're from out of state, they see your ID, they see you're old enough to buy weed, they should be like, you know, hey, you know, and some dispensaries are cool like that, you know what I'm saying? They're just like, hey, you know, don't do that. Believe me, I understand, like, you know, it's your first legal purchase, or you get to purchase it legally, and you're in such an anxious mood to smoke it and celebrate and all this other shit. Trust me, just, yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Because it's still federally illegal, that's why, you know. It's stupid. Like, it's marijuana is federally illegal, but it's legal on state level. So you can buy it in a dispensary, you just can't smoke outside of it. You know, it makes no goddamn sense, dude. Well, Simon, that's public and talks. That's understandable. But yeah, that is kind of stupid. Simon says, ha ha. See what I did there, Simon? I'm reading your comment. I made a reference. No, but Simon Belmont says, I got in trouble for drinking Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey outside the liquor store. That's a dumb rule, too. Well, that's technically an open container in public. You're not in the bar. You're not at home. Yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? To a degree, they are stupid rules, but I understand why they're in place, you know. But, like, seriously, you know, oh, believe me, I was about to, but there are some people outside the dispensary smoking, and someone came out and said, you people need to leave. I'll let you off with the warning, but you can't be doing that. And he saw me put the joint in my mouth, and he's like, yeah, you better not smoke that on here. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gone. Bye, Felicia. Dude, you can hide it by mixing it into a monster can. Why would you want to drink weed? Nah, dude. Smoke that shit. Or eat it in an edible. Well, just a quick shower and do the do. Find something to something to do, you know, hang out with friends, you know, something. Yeah. Huh. Ben Dobbins says, I bought Bacardi Limor and Mountain Dew one time at the liquor store, and the hot register girl who rung me up said, Gothic King Cobra, and she did the devil horns, and I was like, yeah. Yeah. No, my fire alarm works just fine. Thank you for your concern. But I have the window open, so that's why the smoke's not triggering the detector. We're not going to start on that crap again, are we? uh, anyways, thank you for watching. Catch you all later.